While a large modern yacht can be a beautifully sculpted object, it's also a highly complex asset. The 78-meter German-built Amaryllis will take you to places that are otherwise inaccessible in great comfort and style. It will also carry you safely across seas due to the engineering and build quality delivered by the renowned Abeking Rasmussen Shipyard. When considering a yacht purchase, the original design, the pedigree of the builder, and the condition of the vessel are three key components for a buyer to consider. Today we will review Amaryllis's pedigree and then have an in-depth technical tour of the vessel. Amaryllis's yacht pedigree starts with a design from the team at Reymond Langton, located in the English countryside. This firm does not only the exterior design, but also the interior. They have plenty of experience, so they know how to lay out the spaces, not only for guest comfort, but also for the operation of the ship to be safe and seaworthy. While the interior furniture and soft goods will often be replaced for the new owner, they build in a number of features that are sought after by many yacht owners. The builder is the renowned Abeking Rasmussen, which was founded in 1907, 116 years ago. They are known to have built some of the most technologically advanced, not only yachts, but also warships, swath vessels, and some amazing sailing vessels. The quality of the engineering and the construction of these German-built yachts, and the same is true of a number of Dutch builders, it's reflected in the yacht market when you see how these yachts hold their value over time. I was able to catch up with the yacht Amaryllis at the Rybovich shipyard in West Palm Beach. Impossible to get the whole boat in one shot, so I'll just mosey along here. As soon as I got aboard, we cast off to reposition to another part of the shipyard. But not before Captain Charlie Rowland set me up with a couple of his engineers to give me the technical tour. Meanwhile, the deckhands were hard at work as they maneuvered around this 78-meter yacht in this extraordinary super yacht parking lot. Well, let's get started on the sun deck, which has a bunch of different features to point out. There's a nice windscreen, which is really important. Viewing chairs, which give you the best view on a passage. And it's covered, so you can actually spend quite a bit of time up here without getting fried. Sun worshippers can head aft on this deck where there are optional shades, and there's also a large multifunctional jacuzzi that has all kinds of lighting options at night. Heading down to the bridge deck, we have a full bridge with guest seating. The captain's cabin with an office is connected to the bridge. And then after that is a spacious upper lounge with on-deck dining. So that's the guest area seating. It has covers on it because we're in the shipyard working. And here is a very well laid out bridge that has all the equipment and redundancies that you would expect to see in a vessel of this size and class category that is capable of cruising all oceans of the world. As promised, this is a technical tour. We are going behind the scenes and we're going to look at the boat. It's in laid up mode for work in the shipyard. We're going down from the bridge to the upper deck. This is the crew pantry, which is connected to the main galley by a dumbwaiter. Yes. So everything, all the cushions are off, the furniture's covered up, and we're going to look at the technical aspects of this vessel and learn what makes it so extraordinary. Here's a circular glass elevator that connects all the decks. There you can see a skylight that is up on the sun deck, and looking down you can see that it goes to all decks and that it has a spiral staircase that goes the whole length of the elevator connecting the decks. On our left there is the captain's cabin, and we're going to go behind this wall here and look at the air handling units.
Air handling room, the air conditioning. This is the heat exchanger and the air handling space. It sort of splits deck by deck. The chilled water goes in here, the chilled water system. The heat exchanger is in there. We have a heater in here, but we don't tend to use it. We tend to have individual heaters in the cabins to control the temperature in the cabin. For the extraction fans from like galley.
Every piece of equipment, every power switch Every ducting run or cable run is meticulously labeled so that if a problem is detected, the engineers can find the source and come up with a solution. The doors into the aft sky lounge are automatic, and a number of these are tied in with the fire system, and they will close automatically in an emergency. I'm a little bit taller than the TV. That's how I test it. There are all kinds of speakers built into the overhead, along with all kinds of adjustable lighting. The automatic doors that open up onto the aft dining area are air sealed and watertight. This outside dining table is big enough to serve all of the guests. So there's a bar, and then these retractable windows here act as windscreens when they're needed. Everywhere you look, there are small features and refinements. In the overhead here, there are little misting nozzles. And of course, more speakers and all kinds of lighting options for nighttime. And have a look at these teak steps and the sculpted stainless steel. And check out this curved glass on the windscreen in the aft rail. We're now going down another deck, and this is where the owner's suite is, and it really can be an owner's deck. It's got its own lounge with a grand piano and also formal dining that opens up onto a private aft deck. The owner's suite is vast with big ceiling heights, lots of lighting and speakers, big glass looking out on the foredeck. But my favorite thing in the master bath are these windows, which are frosted. Then you push a button and they're clear. Push the button again and they're frosted. As expected, there's plenty of closet space. So let's head aft on the same deck. This would be the owner's deck into the salon. It's the same when you buy a house or a used aircraft. You have to imagine your furniture here and how you'll fit it out to suit your own tastes. Getting back to the interesting part of the vessel, let's get into the galley here. As expected, all the fancy china is well labeled and stored so that nothing will spill out in a storm. A happy chef needs big windows, excellent ventilation, and oftentimes loud music. Now we're going to head down to the main deck. And forward on the main deck is a very large tender and toys garage with side opening, and we're going to explore that in detail. There's also a VIP suite, which is the only guest accommodation on this deck. And then going aft is the largest of the 3 salons on board, which opens up onto an aft deck seating area. So let's go into the tender garage, which opens both port and starboard in order to facilitate the launch and retrieval of the tenders. In addition to the jet skis, there are 3 large tenders. This first one is a British-built Pasco, which has a unique feature on the bow, which is a ramp that comes down for beach landing. The next tender is a Master X25, and the crew tells me this is the ultimate ski boat. And with this, you'll have no trouble doing these kinds of maneuvers. The third tender is a Graf Ipanema, a custom hand-built vessel that is very well kept, lovingly kept by this crew. And you can see the condition here, it's perfect. And here's a shot of it coming alongside on the aft swim platform. Going forward from the tender garage towards the bow, there's a whole world of technical space here that guests would ordinarily never see. We're going to go all the way forward, and we're going to open up the hatch here and get on the foredeck. Check out the man overboard lifeboat and the launch system.
2 witnesses, 1 rescue crane, and the rescue boat is stored right in there.
So tell me, how fast can you get that out?
How quick do you get it out? 5 minutes.
All right.
There we go.
We're now going to head down a deck to the lower deck, where we'll begin to get into more of the technical spaces. You've got all the crew cabins, 4 large guest suites, a gym with sauna and spa that opens up onto a beach club out the side deck to port. And then all the way aft is the boarding platform, which also serves as a lounging area. This is what the gym looks like when it's all set up.
You do have, like, on the side, swimming platform there, so guests can swim straight into the water.
Yeah.
And then usually this is like a massage area where the guests can get massaged. So if you need to sweat a bit, then the plunge pool on the left right there, you can like drop the temperature down to like 10 degrees and even further down if you want to. That's your emergency steering. So you've got fuel supply, switch discharge, waste oil discharge. So jacuzzi on top, this is where you've got a switchboard and you can operate different modes. Send the water up there, drain it, heat up the water. Over here on board you've got a sprinkler system in case of a fire. So this is like your main station where you're gonna have like nitrogen bottles, seawater pumps, freshwater tank, it's down below. So if you've got a fire, it will pressurize the system, extinguish your fire with fresh water first, and then if there's not enough, the seawater kicks in to completely extinguish the fire. These are hydraulics, that's for the stern door and the swimming platform as well on the side. These are for the steering gear, 2 pumps, 2 air compressors, just on your right side. So you see, for example, if you want to start your generators and your main engines, they are air start. So you're going to use, compressed air for that. We've got 2 main engines. Right now they are undergoing a top, head overhaul and servicing. It's about 2,000 horsepower each. Now the cool thing about the engine room is it has got its own extinguishing system. 2 of them, one which is CO2 and one is drenching system with fresh water. So you see if you've got fire on the main engine on the south side or on the port side or the center generator, it will be extinguished with fresh water. If this is not enough, the CO2 will literally just flood the entire engine room. So these are the cylinder heads. You can see the inside of the combustion chamber. A fuel separator. That cleans the fuel, separates the water and the any particles. 3 generators. 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there. These are compressors for the refrigerating units. So we do have 3 walking fridges. There we go. If you want, can you go to the ACR? But this is where you've got the AMS, which is the alarm monitoring system, where you can literally see your tank levels, you can see any fire alarms you've got, or you've got a battery system on board. You can see the level of your tanks and adjust it automatically, manually. You've got 2 different types of alarms. You've got Danfoss 1, which are like literally mounted onto the engine, literally. That comes with the manufacturing of the engine. And you've got a double redundancy of your alarm system, which is connected to your AMS. And all the alarms shows up here, basically. If we've got any alarms while it is unmanned, we're going to be notified directly into our cabins and also the bridge, and we will respond automatically and swiftly. Yeah, we all have an assigned duty, basically. We are drilled, so we have a drill every month for every kind of emergency situation, so we know exactly what to do accordingly. In case of a flooding or a fire, those doors will automatically or on demand shut throughout the ship to maintain the stability and the watertightness of the boat. Yeah, we do have stabilizers, dynamic fin stabilizers. Yeah. 2 pairs, so 4, 2 on the aft, 2 on the bow.
After checking the builder's plaque, we're going to head down into the crew quarters.
So if you see that area, but this is the crew mess, crew lounge, 23. By rotation also, it's 27 in total.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you.
That's just to indicate who wants to get on board. You've got another technical space here too. So you've got 5 air handler units to cool down the boat. You've got 2 of them here and a switchboard related to it. No, these are just like for pipe work. Like you're gonna have different types. You can have like a grey water vacuum system as well, fresh water fuel system as well. That's a quick closing valve. Walk-in fridge with a walk-in freezer. That's the laundry. Running every day, basically. stabilizers, these are the forward one. They're all Quantum, that's the manufacturer. High pressure pump. Technically that's the ETO workshop, that's why we've got all those testing. And that room is used by the ETO, basically the electrician. So that's a biological sewage treatment type. Basically the flock, the sewage does the work for us, turns all the bacteria into a clean, clear water. On your left you've got the water makers, 2 of them. So you can cross the Atlantic Ocean and make some water at any time you want. It makes about 15 liters a minute, basically.
So that concludes our technical tour of the Abeking and Rasmussen Yacht Amaryllis. I'm sure we could have easily spent another hour on board going through the technical spaces, but that's going to be it for today. Below you'll find more of the information and specifications on the vessel, and also contact information if you're interested in chartering or purchasing this vessel.